So let's go into our Wuji stance. Feet about shoulder width apart, facing more or less straight forward. Knees relaxed, slightly bent. Bring the hips forward just a little bit so the tailbone points towards the floor. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating your spine. Bring the chin down and in a little bit. Nice flat neck. Let the shoulders drop down. Get them to relax. Let the shoulders come forward a little bit, bringing the arms slightly in front of you. Breathe in and out through the nose. As you breathe in, let the abdomen expand outward, pulling the breath all the way down. We pause, and then as the abdomen contracts back towards the spine, the breath is pushed up and out your nose. And just focus on the breath for the moment. Become aware of the quality of the air as it enters your nostrils. Feel it warm as it goes all the way down. And then feel that warm air come up and out your nostrils. Become aware of your feet on the ground. You may want to move them a little bit, side to side, front to back. Sensing all parts of your foot making contact with the ground. Dig the toes in even just a little bit, not too tense, just enough to make solid contact. Feel that connection to the earth. Feel that energetic connection all the way down to the center of the earth. And as you breathe in, feel the earth rise up to meet you, to support you. We're going to raise our arms up, palms down. And then as we go down, we're going to sink a little bit in the knees, and then we're going to come back up. So it's almost like a double knee bend here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth on this one. One more. Good. Bring the arms in front of you and go back and forth, opening up the chest. See if you can tap your shins back part of your shoulders. Make sure you're staying within your range of comfort. Shouldn't feel any discomfort or pain. If you are, limit the movement until you are within that range where you feel comfortable. A few more. And slow it down. Good. Let your arms just swing side to side and go a little bit wider in your stance. Transfer the weight side to side so you take less effort to move your arms. Let the shifting of the weight cause the arms to go up and then just let them fall. Try not to use the muscles of the arms. Letting the momentum just carry it side to side. Look back a little bit. Slow it down. Just let it come to a stop. Good. Palms facing each other down by the lower dantian, by the abdomen. Imagine you're holding like a beach ball here. As we breathe in, we're going to lift that ball up and back and follow it with our eyes. Pause here, then breathe out as we come back to the center. Breathe in as we go to the opposite side. Looking back at the moon. Make sure not to tense the hands, especially not the fingers. The arms just stay in the same kind of position and their hands are along for the ride. Take advantage of the pause between the breaths to make that little shift, to get a little extra stretch, to make that transition. One more time each side. And down. Good. Put your hands on your hips. Push the hips back or your butt back. Then to the side, then forward, then to the opposite side. And then try to do nice, smooth circles, trying to control it so that your head and shoulders hardly move at all. It's all coming out of the hips and waist. One more time around, then we're going to reverse. Now let's go the opposite direction. And slow it down. Now try to do basically the same movement, but from the chest. So we're going around, moving the spine. Especially try to feel this in the mid-back. One more time, we're going to reverse. Good. Keep your hands on your hips, slow it down. Now let's do figure eights with the hips. So let's kind of all do them together. I'll mirror you. So with your left hip, you're going to push it forward and out. Then you're going to turn to the back. Then your right hip goes forward and turns. So it's this kind of movement. Making a nice big figure eight, and notice the elbows going back and forth. Couple more, and then we're going to reverse. Slow it down. Now where we were going back, this time we're going to start back, then go forward. It's kind of like you're skating backwards. And slow it down. Come to a stop. Take the back of your knuckles and tap up and down the spine as high as you can comfortably go. All the way down, almost to the tailbone. Try not to knock on bone. So of course you're going to be knocking on the rib cage, that's fine. You can do it like alternating like I am, or you can do it just together. Achieves the same exact purpose. Good. One more time, up and down. Turn the fist over, open fist. Come along the top of the gluteus muscle here. Go from the tailbone, from the spine, but not on the spine, to almost on the hip, but not on the bone itself. Another moment more. Good. Come around to the crease. Chinese call this the qua, the leg gates. Again, with an open fist, palm down. Go up and down the quad. Good. One more time, up and down. And come up to the left shoulder. I'll mirror you. Just in the front of the shoulder. Tap the lung points there. And switch the opposite side. Make sure to have an open fist so you get some vibration. Good. The hands come down. From Shin Yi, we're going to come down and fists strike the back. So we're going to bring them up. We're going to bring the elbows above the shoulders and then just let the fist drop down. Hands never cross behind the body. They stay in front of the body and just go. Couple more. And stop. Good. Let your hands come up. Sorry, trying to think of what I want to do next. Let's do, turn your left palm up. Right palm down, look at the palm that's facing down and just turn side to side as you rotate the entire arm. Especially focus on turning from this part of your wrist just below the thumb, lung point. Few more. And down. Good. Scoop up. As you breathe in, let the hands come together in a prayer position and let that float down to the chest. Breathe out. Left hand comes up, palm up. Right hand goes down, palm down. Push them apart. Turn so the pinkies face the body. Breathe in as the back of the hands cross. Breathe out as they push apart. Connecting heaven and earth. Few more. Last one. Good. Hold that position. Spiral the arms around. Palms facing each other. Press that down into a chi ball. Breathe in, turn the ball over, breathe out, compress it. Turning the ball. One more time. Good. Focusing again on the base of the thumb. Palms facing each other. With some tension, bring the hands up. As you breathe in, bring them towards the chest. And then change the wrists, bring them down. So again, we're focusing on that lung 7 point at the base of the thumb. Also focus on the large intestine 4 point, which is between the thumb and the first finger back in here. So you're feeling that tension in those places. Good. Next one, as you come up, we're going to turn to the left. So I'll mirror you, turn to the left, and now do a bit of a weight shift. Continuing that same movement. Called step and receive the chi. Good. As you come up, come back to the center. And then as you come up, go to the right. And as you come up, go back to the center. Now what we're going to do one turn for each of these positions. So we're going to come down and around, and then turn, and then come back to the center, and then turn, come back to the center. One more time, back to the center. Good. And hold on to that chi ball. As you breathe in, let the hands drift apart about 3 inches or so. As you breathe out through the nose, come back to the beginning point. Don't allow the hands or fingers to touch. See if you can feel some resistance when you go in both directions. So you're kind of pulling it apart and then compressing it. Good. A little wider stance. Feel all that energy that you're holding between your palms. We're going to put our hands against the body. We're going to start going down the left side, around and up the right side. Feel that energy going into the abdomen, going into all those organs. stimulating the digestion. One more time, and then we're going to reverse. So now we're going up the left and down the right. One more time around, and finish just below the belly button, the area of the lower dantian. Stepping out to a little wider stance. Let's first do bringing down the heavens. So palms up as you breathe in, gather the energy, feel the weight of it in your palms as you lift it upward, breathing in. Pause, breathe out as we push it through the top of the head, the Bai Hui point, down the torso, down the legs into the ground. Twice more. Good. Keeping that wide stance now, turn from the hips and the waist. Let the hands just move through the air in front of you. Separate the fingers gently. See if you could feel the air moving through your fingers. Water waves. And then bring your awareness to the hands and see if you can feel any kind of resistance as your hands are moving through the energetic field around you, the Wei Qi. And now let your arms just drop and let the momentum start to carry them into the body. So the forearms hit just below the belly button and directly behind that on your small of your back. Look over your shoulder, get around a little bit further each time. Focus on the vertebra. Try and become aware of each one turning in place, starting with the lower spine, working its way all the way up into the neck. Feel those vibrations as they stimulate the meridians of the torso. They stimulate the organs. Let's stimulate the kidney meridian just a little bit more. So as we turn, we come up onto the toe, lift the heel of the opposite side that we're facing. And come back to flat-footed. And slow down till you get back to water waves. Make sure the whole arm turns. You're not just doing it from the wrist. And slow it down. Good. Spinal cord breathing. So a couple of key points to remember in this one. Some people have a tendency to keep their arms down chest level. The elbows must be lifted up above shoulder height, and the arms are bent about a 45-degree angle. So you bring them up to that point, stick your butt out or push your hips back, then lean back, look to the ceiling as you pull the elbows down and feel the shoulder blades come down and together. Breathing in. Pause, get a little extra stretch here. Breathe out. Palms come around, face you. Forearms and elbows come together. Chin tucks into the chest. Hips come forward as you arch your back the opposite direction. Now, people have a tendency to bend down at the waist. We don't want to do that. We want to try and arch the back by pushing the pelvis forward and pulling down. We breathe in, reverse, hips go back, chest to the ceiling. Breathe out. Again, stay within your comfort zone. We don't want to aggravate anything, any problems that you might have. We want to just get the movement in there. Start opening up the spaces between the vertebrae. You find having any discomfort or pain, limit the movement. Don't push as hard with your hips, for example. Just move them a bit. Try to get those elbows up above the shoulders as you come back. So you're lifting them up. They're coming up and then down and back. And then coming around, up and around. So they're making a little bit of a half circle here. Just by doing this, you're not really moving the shoulder blades. You're not bringing the elbows, the shoulders forward and back, opening the chest. So you need to get the elbows up, the hips back, and then let them rotate around. One more time. Nice deep breath in. Pause. Nice long exhalation. Pause. And then just let your hands drop, come back up to standing position. Let the hands just drop and move the body side to side. And just kind of try to get your spine to snake side to side. It's entirely a side to side motion. Dog wags the tail. And like a dog, you want to vary the speed of this. So when the dog's happy, he speeds up. And when he's a little more complacent, he slows down. Just get that side to side motion in the spine. Good. Slow it down, let it come slowly to a stop. Good. Let's do another one from the 8 brocade, drawing the bow. First part of this, though, is the horse riding stance, or mabu. You're going to turn your feet out, go to a wide stance. The key to this, there are a couple of actually things. One, as you bend your knees, we're not bending at the waist, we're bending our knees. As we bend our knees, the knees should track in the same direction the feet are pointing. So if my foot is here and I'm doing here, you can see I'm way off and I'm going to hurt my knee. So you got to make sure the knees track in the same direction as the feet. Then you want to make sure you're not pushing the knees forward, but instead dropping your butt. So you want to think of it almost like there's a stool back here or a chair, and I'm putting a little more weight into the heels as I drop straight down. And just keep adjusting till you can find that comfortable position where you can go up and down, straight up and down. So you should have a nice straight back. Your head is held high. Just go up and down. You can see why it's called the horse riding stance. If you had reins, you would be in a trot posting. Good. Okay, so hold that stance, come on up. Let's do a nice flowing variation of drawing the bow. So with drawing the bow, your left hand is going to pull across the body to the shoulder, not beyond, not yet at least, pulls the shoulder, while the right hand turns palm out, away from you. The first finger and thumb stay out, the other 3 fingers curl in. And this is the sight. This is where you're going to be shooting your arrow. So you pull across as you drop down, focusing on where that arrow is going. Then bring that around and switch to the opposite side. Sorry, I started with the wrong one. So it's the finger that's pointing up. You're going to bring it around to almost the other shoulder, and then that one pulls the bow. So this sweeps across from the shoulder, pulls as we drop down. The hand that pulled the bow, the palm then faces towards the center and faces up as the other one wraps around. Good, one more time. And bring it in. Bring the legs in, shake them out. So we're going to do nod the head, wag the tail. We're going to go to that wider stance. Here you can keep the feet facing forward. We're not going to do mabu. We're not going to drop so low. What we're going to really do is we're going to drop down with the head, keeping a fairly flat back. Look at the back heel. Then move, looking at the toes of that foot, coming across, looking at the toes of the opposite foot, looking at the heel, and then come up. Then drop back down, look at the heel, the toe, the toes, the heel, come back up. So we breathe out as we go down and across. Breathe in as we come up. The lower you can drop your head, the more you'll feel this posture. Good. Now this time as you come across, you're going to come up and then lean back a little bit. Put your hands on your hips. Just lean back a little. And then drop down, come across, and lean back. Now if you can shift your feet. So when I lean back, I'm completely supported. And then as I come back to center, my feet go back to center, and then they continue to shift to the opposite side. So by the time I come up, I'm supported on that side. One more time. Each side, sorry. So one more after this. Come across. Get a nice stretch here. Come back to the center. Roll up nice and easy. Good. Very nice, keeping the legs in a wide stance. Heart to the sky. So we're going to breathe in, chest to the ceiling, hips just slightly forward. Look up at the ceiling. Just absorb that energy. And then come into prayer position as we compress that energy into our body. So we breathe in, soaking up like the sun's rays. Feel the warmth on your body, and then pushing that warmth into the body as we breathe out. One more time. Good. Open it up just as we've been doing. But this time you're going to swan dive all the way down. Start with a nice flat back until you get fairly low, and then let your back curve gently and just hang. Let the neck relax, the head drop down, the shoulders relax. The only place you're going to feel any tension is in the back of the legs. Each time you breathe out, see if you can get a little closer to the ground. Just let everything relax. Having a wider stance makes it easier to then get closer to the ground, to maybe even putting your palms on the ground. Just try to relax into this. So what I want you to do is roll up very slowly. So for now, the shoulders and head stays down. The tailbone comes forward first, stacking those lower vertebrae. Then the low back comes up. Then the mid back. Then the upper back. The shoulders drop into position. The head drops into position. And then we're just going to lean back just a little bit. We're going to do that one more time. We're not going to hang quite as long. So just drop down. Try to get everything to relax. And then bring the tailbone under. Low back, the mid back, the upper back, shoulders, head, and drop back. Good. Bring your hands around behind you. Give a nice rub into the kidneys. Just feel the warmth come out of your palms, going into the kidneys. You could picture dark blue light coming out of your palms, going into the kidneys. Kidneys are the batteries of the body. So it's always good to kind of top them off with some energy. And let's just do a quick tracing of the meridians of the lower body. So we're going to go down the back, the outside of the legs, around the toes, up the inside of the legs to the qua, to the belly button, and then around back to the kidneys, down. Breathe in as you come up. Breathe out as you go down. One more time. And come on up. And just leave your hands just below the belly button, the area of the lower dantian. Just breathe that energy in. Now, you've got this energy field around you. Just gather it and bring it into the body. One of many forms of gathering the chi. Good. Slow it down. Hands come up, facing up. Palms facing up. Come up the body to the chest. Bring them over to your left shoulder. Palms facing you. You're going to turn the palms away from you as you look out over your right shoulder, pushing with the heels of the hands, pulling the fingers back a bit. Breathe in, palms face you. Look at that palm coming at you. Breathe out, push away and look away. Dragon spreads its tail. One more time. Bring it into the chest. Breathe out, push it down to be recycled into the ground. Bring up fresh energy and come up to the right shoulder. Look over the left shoulder as you push out and away. Breathe in, look at that palm coming back at you. Breathe out, look to the horizon as you push away. One more time. Bring it into the chest. Push it down. Bring down the heavens. Breathe in, gathering the energy. Pause. Push it down the body. Bring your feet close together. Let's do that twice more. The last one, you're going to finish with one palm over the other, lining just below the belly button. Either hold at the wrist or intertwine the webbing of the thumbs. Feel that energy coming out of your palms. Just picture your lower dantian as this little white pearl. And the energy coming out of your palms, this white light being absorbed by that little pearl. See if you can feel warmth coming out of your palms, being absorbed by that little pearl. And just picture that pearl getting brighter. Feel that pearl getting warmer. And then just let your body relax and rock and sway, bamboo in the wind, as the energy spirals down your legs and up your torso. And as it moves through your body, it's removing any darkness, any energetic stagnation or energetic blockages. It's dispelling negative thoughts and emotions until every part of your body is aglow with this energy. And allow it to extend out beyond your physical body, encasing you in an energetic cocoon. And while you float weightlessly inside this cocoon, become aware of what it feels like to be safe, to be healthy, to be at peace. Take a deep breath, gather those energies, those feelings, and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.